Now, in terms of best Undertaker moment, Tim, you already hit that one. Ryan, do you have a best Undertaker moment as opposed to the
Yeah,
Undertaker match?
my best Undertaker moment. When you go back to the WWE, they did the Oh My God countdown, the number, I think the top 100 OMG moments of the WWE back in 2011. My moment is the number one OMG moment in WWE history. I share that moment with Tim from the Civic Arena uh, in Pittsburgh. Uh, how many ever years ago today? It was the Hell in a Cell match. Just amazing. The
Kobe.
brutality in that match, just unmatched. Really, really is. I think, man, Foley touched on it, his spoken word thing. I loved hearing about that. Um, Taker, like you said, has talked about it. I love to have them both sit down and just discuss that whole match, because there's just so much that went into that match with the inclusion of Terry Funk and the guy's shoes flying off. It was just such a great
Crazy.
spectacle. Absolutely, his greatest moment. Loved it.
Matt, how about you? Best Taker moment.
I mean, for me, it's gonna be the Hell in a Cell match as well. I mean, that just did so much for wrestling. But on a personal level, for me, entering high school, you're kind of at that like, am I gonna like continue to be a wrestling fan or not type of situation? And that was right like peak attitude era for me, where the Undertaker kidnapped Stephanie and attempted to marry her, and that was kind of the
Mm,
moment that took me onto the yes, I'm going to continue to be a wrestling fan through high school path. So I think that moment for me really stands out because it just kind of like hooked me into WWF for a couple more years, and then I did just stray, as I think most of us did for a couple years as well. But that moment stands out to me still as like one of the, I mean, weird,
sure.
fucked up storylines, but like still something that just drew me in.
Mark, how about yours? Best Taker moment.
Well, I'll tell you what, for in-ring taker moment, once again, I'm going to go with the Hell in the Cell because that will never be topped. I don't think you'll ever see another wrestler being thrown off the top of the cell through tables. I just don't think it's ever going to happen again. Um, Outside of the ring, kind of an old school Undertaker moment when the Undertaker kind of, or Jake the Snake Roberts rather, kind of aligned himself with the Undertaker to start a feud with the Ultimate Warrior. I thought that was pretty good because I didn't see that coming. I saw Jake turn heel, but I didn't see the those two teaming up, and I don't think it really went anywhere. I think maybe the Warrior got fired shortly thereafter, but they were doing some really good videos with the Take the Snake and the Warrior each week, and a Cobra ended up fighting the Warrior, and he collapsed right at the feet of the Undertaker. And it was really cool.
Yeah, mine was his return at WrestleMania 20, the match versus Kane, because I wasn't ever the biggest fan of Biker Taker, and the build up after he was buried alive at Survivor Series, prior to that, and the build up to it, it kept giving us the promos that kind of led us to believe that the Dead Man character, or at least a version of it, was returning. Like, and I remember we got that WrestleMania when we were at college, um, and you had the Druids and you had Paul Bear and you had the Dead Man was back. So that one for me. The other two that I was kind of going back and forth on was the after the match WrestleMania 33, with Roman Reigns, with the hat and the gloves and the jacket, in the ring, just because at that point it was like, oh my God, this is it, this is the Undertaker peacing out, and he's done. And like, it was just kind of this surreal moment because you always kind of wondered, like, how is this guy going to retire? And that was obviously a big moment. And then the other one's just the Last Ride documentary. Like, just, go back and tell tell yourself as a kid that this character, that it's this dead guy, and all that one day there's gonna be this long documentary with him as a real person, and his real name, and the WWE shop's gonna pop a Mark Calloway shirt on the WWE shop. Just imagine that as like the early wrestling fan that we were, just kind of seemed kind of unreal. So the Last Ride documentary, as itself, is kind of a great moment.
And there's
time.
so many other cool moments that aren't even brought up off the table. But like,
sure,
I want to, unless we're gonna keep talking about moments, like I want to at least.
I mean, we if there's other moments that come to mind, by all means, let's.
I got like 3 off the top of my head.
Yeah, go ahead, absolutely.
Royal Rumble '94. Him losing the casket match to Yokozuna, and the promo from
that.
inside the casket. You actually used it in the show intro.
Yeah, I love that. I love that clip.
Yeah, as soon as you played it, I was like, I know this, and I knew exactly the moment where it was from. But the promo from inside the double wide, double deep casket, before
double
being
wide,
ascended,
double deep.
Yes, before his ascension, and then the next instance is the through line for SummerSlam '94 with the Leslie Nielsen whodunit with Where's the Undertaker, and how the Undertaker's everywhere. I remember that pay-per-view vividly. Sponsored by Domino's Pizza.
Sure was.
I actually had Domino's that night.
Oh, nice.
So I was on brand AF.
Kobe.
And then lastly, the other Undertaker moment that stands out to me is the Undertaker at WrestleMania 13 going back to the gray gloves.
Yes.
And winning the WWE Championship from Sid. Those are all 3 iconic Undertaker moments that I'll always go back to and look at fondly.
Great moments. I went back and I watched that the Taker versus Taker SummerSlam, and man, like, they tried so hard.
Boy, is it bad.
They tried so hard to get who was
Brian Lee.
Yeah, they tried
time Brian Lee.
They tried so hard to get him to look and walk like Undertaker, and it just did not work.
He walked like a fat man down the ring.
A fat man with a hanger still in his coat. I mean, it was just it was bad.
Wobbled down the ramp.
It was really bad, really bad. Definitely something that doesn't age well, like, just because it's so. But yeah, no, the Leslie Nielsen and like the summer of the summer of searching was great. Yeah, I mean, it's like the funeral parlor. And that was during an era where, of course, you had the barber shop, and you had the Brother Love show, and you had these interview sets and these segments, and but yeah, like the funeral parlor. Like, I remember when Warrior got put in the coffin, and they're taking forever to get him out, and they open it and it's all clawed out. I remember when Jake shut the casket on Taker's hand, and he's just dragging a casket. I mean, there's so many moments, and like, so matches. I mean, casket matches, and graveyard, like the old graveyards, like, vignettes when he's like, he's doing the blacksmith work and he's building the coffin, and stuff was so well done.
He was building the casket for the Yokozuna match for Royal Rumble, and I remember him, like, he was doing the wood shaving,
right?
And he was like, ho, ho, ho.
Right? Yeah, it was aired around
like
Christmas
those
time.
Promos are so good, and like even more modern day Taker memories, with Maven getting eliminated in the Royal Rumble by Maven. Undertaker is hardcore champion. The ladder match with Jeff Hardy, where
Right.
Jeff is still standing, and then Taker comes out and gives him the attaboy on the head. Like,
well, I think I had even forgot that he had that he had won the hardcore title.
dude, he was such a great hardcore champion, man.
Because
he was using the his hardcore move at the time was the chair under the throat and then holding it and then spiking them on the ground so that the chair feet hit the mat and then the dude would throw themselves. It was so dope.
Yeah, like I shared the picture from Fox Sports that had like just some of the career stats. 7-time world champion, which again,
7-time tag.
Some of that was during the time where I wasn't watching because I don't think I realized because it was 2 WWE title runs with the Winged Eagle and then I guess 5 with the big gold.
He was an undisputed champion.
Oh,
too,
that's right. He did win the undisputed title
because he beat Hogan for it again.
Yes.
At Judgment Day.
So it was 2 Winged Eagle, 1 undisputed, and then I guess 4 big gold belts. 7-time tag champion, hardcore champion, won the Royal Rumble in 2007, of course, the 25-2 record at WrestleMania. So quite the career for the Undertaker. And then another question I had posed because obviously, well, let me go back here. Charlie had said his best moment was the ladder match with Jeff Hardy. Devin has 2 moments, he said, obviously throwing Mick Foley off the top of Hell in a Cell because he was at that show. Actually, a friend of ours from college, Ryan, Danny Ankles, was at that one because that was out in Pittsburgh.
The Crippler.
The Crippler. And so when he appeared in the ring during AJ Styles and Aleister Black Elimination Chamber this year, because he just marked out for it. So Devin's 2 moments there. And I was trying to find this clip, but I was unable to find it on YouTube to make a audio file out of it. Was when he had the promo with The Rock and said, "I may not dress like Satan anymore, but I'm still down with the devil and get medieval on your ass," is quite a great line from a promo. Obviously, The Undertaker is going to be a WWE Hall of Famer at some point. I don't think that is with. Oh yes, Ryan. Sorry.
I'm disappointed you didn't go over his Slammy Awards. He is a 12-time Slammy Award winner.
A 12-time Slammy winner. Well,
Slammy Awards.
Fox
did he ever win Superstar of the Year?
Ooh, that's a good question.
No, he did not. Oh, I mean in Wrestling Observer?
No, I mean in
WWE.
The awards that matter, Ryan.
Yeah, come on.
Slammies.
Yeah, he won the Twig Trophy.
I know he won that.
Did he win
That's
a Slammy for Wrestler of the Year? Superstar
Did he win
of the Year?
Superstar of the Year?
Okay.
He did not.
Yeah,
he won the Slammy Award for Best Entrance in 97.
Uh-huh.
For Best Tattoo in 1997.
Uh-huh.
Highly thought
yes,
after.
I always look forward to the Best Tattoo Slammy winner.
Yeah, they discontinued that one. Match of the Year, 09, 2010, 2012, 2015.
Okay.
Moment of the Year in 2010, which is the Shawn Michaels match.
Mm-hmm.
Most intimidating back in 1994.
Okay.
I don't even know who would have been in that category. Twang, maybe? Who the hell knows?
Papa Shango?
Maybe Mabel.
Mantar.
Maybe Mantar. Papa Shango, maybe.
Oh,
I'll look that up. The OMG Moment of the Year, the Rivalry of the Year. He was the star with the highest magnitude in 1997, another really big award, and the WWF's greatest hit, which was sucking Diesel into the abyss at the Rage in a Cage match.
Yes, that.
I'm just reading what it says, sucking him right into the abyss.
Yeah. That it was Brett versus Diesel. It was the pay-per-view, the In Your House pay-per-view between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania 12. It was Brett versus Diesel. And the Undertaker came up from inside the ring and pulled Diesel down into the abyss, and that set up the match.
Okay.
Which that's a match. Going back, if you ever go back and watch that one, WrestleMania 12, a little long, but I love the sequence where Diesel gives him the jackknife, and he's going like he's ready to pin him, and like the Undertaker's dead, and then every time he goes to pin him, Undertaker reaches. I think it's like a four time sequence where he reaches up and chokes him. But good solid match as well. And yes, Jason, he did hang the Boss Man. I believe that was WrestleMania 14. 15. It was the one that was in
15.
Philly.
It was I think it was the one in Philly, 15.
Yeah.